Hi, I'm Derrick.
And I'm Deborah. Derrick, we're over 100.
Yes, we have finally hit the over 100 mark.
Yes, we have over 100 subscribers. Listen, we're pushing towards 200. We need you to go onto our YouTube.
500.
Are we going for 5?
500.
We're going for 5, but listen, we're going to get to 2 first, right?
Yeah,
we're going to get to 2 first. So we need you to subscribe to our YouTube page, channel, whatever you want to call it, so that we can begin to see some real progress with this page, right?
We're excited about what's happening, but you can help us reach our goals. Subscribe, and please like and share. Tell somebody else about the Derrick and Deborah show.
Definitely.
So there's a lot of things kind of going on now. Even in the sports world, a lot of things are happening.
A lot of things are happening. What about this 15-year-old girl?
Listen, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. I'm looking at her, watching her. She's just shocking everybody.
Miss Coco.
Miss Coco. I like that name too.
Yeah.
Coco.
Yeah.
Not Miss Vanilla.
Right.
Miss Coco. Miss Coco is doing a thing.
Yeah.
But she's really impressive. It kind of helps us to see that I'm really excited about how African Americans seem to be really excelling in so many different non-traditional sports for our community.
Now, talking about sports, you were a drummer.
I was a musician, yes. Was and is.
Is a musician.
Is.
What about sports? Did you do sports growing up?
Yeah, I played basketball.
You played basketball?
Yeah. I had a real nice jumper. I played basketball.
You ain't play no basketball.
I did play basketball.
You're too short to play basketball.
Really? Really? We going there? I played basketball. I played baseball as well.
Baseball?
Very good in baseball. It runs real deep in my family. And so several of my family members were pros.
Okay.
In the baseball field as well. I didn't stick with baseball long.
Right.
Because it didn't, be honest with you, the girls weren't at the games.
The girls weren't at the games.
Yeah, because of the girls.
So you didn't pursue a career in baseball. Baseball players make really good money.
They make the most.
They make the most. So you didn't pursue a career in baseball because the girls weren't there.
Because the girls, listen, as young boys, we want to know that we can look to the left or to the right, wherever it is that we are playing on the court or on the field, and see the little ladies out there cheering us on.
Oh.
And nobody trying to sit in that sun for baseball.
Right.
So, football games are at night, so girls can come to that.
Right.
But them baseball games, it's like, yeah, we heard about you.
Right.
So it wasn't appealing to me, so I got out of it.
Right. So most of the time, particularly African Americans, we push our kids, particularly our boys, towards football and basketball.
We do.
Those are what we consider traditional athletic sports that we would introduce our children to.
It's more popular to us.
It's more popular. I am excited about what's considered non-traditional urban sports.
I love it.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
Again, back to Coco. This little girl, I should say young lady.
Yep. She's 15. She's still a little girl.
15. Yes. I mean, she's a little girl to us, but they like to be considered young ladies, right? At 15 years old, she has the opportunity she's already, I shouldn't even say the opportunity. She's made history.
Yeah, she's at Wimbledon.
She's at Wimbledon.
I'm like, wow.
Who does that at 15, right?
Exactly. Yeah. This is extremely impressive. She had a chance to beat her mentor, one of her mentors.
Was that, come on.
Yeah.
Was that amazing? Listen, now, when she did that, that was record-breaking.
Yeah, she beat one of her mentors. That is phenomenal. To see her actually be successful going up against Serena.
Right.
Venus Williams. Very, very impressive to me. I was really excited about seeing just her composure, seeing her mom and her dad there, how they're really just representing and just really proud of her. But all I could think about is the pressure of being on the main court.
Right.
That's, all eyes on you, all cameras on you. Every mistake is under the microscope. It's very, very, very tedious to be there, but to see her,
she has been playing since she was 7.
Right.
And so when you think of somebody 15, the first thought is, what did you do and how did you get here?
Yeah.
She's been playing since she was 7. Her father is her coach. That's major stuff.
It is.
To introduce a sport like that to your child at such a young age.
Right now, I have my daughter, Kayla. She's playing tennis right now. I can't coach tennis, so I don't know if she's going to be at Wimbledon. But I can't coach. But
she could be.
She could be.
It doesn't have to be her dad that's her coach. It's the fact that you are exposing her to something other than the traditional sports. And that's the point of, I think, this conversation.
Yeah.
Is us being able to introduce and expose our children to things outside of the norm.
Yeah.
I was talking to you earlier about our boys. Well, they all are state champions in track and field, okay? That's kind of almost considered a norm. But then there's something like bowling. Typically, we think of bowling, and we think of bowling as something to do for fun.
Leisure activities.
Well, let me just tell you.
Yeah.
Somebody making big bucks.
Big money off of bowling.
Bowling.
Yeah.
Somebody's on TV right now shooting pool. They're making big money doing it.
Yeah.
So there are so many other things that we can introduce our children to other than basketball and football.
I was really excited last year, or actually early this year. I had a chance to go over to Daytona for NASCAR, and I had a chance to meet Bubba Wallace.
Wow.
So Bubba Wallace is this African-American race car driver. He grew up as well in the sport, watching the sport, being around the sport. But his abilities and just the fact of I'm walking up to this camper, his RV that he has, and it's nice, it's loaded out. And I'm saying there's a lot of money here that sometimes our community just don't know about, or we don't push it to the forefront like we do push the basketball, the football, because it's a popular sport, it's a polarizing sport. But there's so much. When you think about tennis, you think about, even with Bubba, he was talking about all the money that's made out of endorsements. And so you're talking about Ford companies, you're talking about even your different wash detergents, how they're giving money to these guys. You think about Tiger Woods with Rolex. And I mean, they're making so much money out of endorsements. It's amazing.
I have a young man, his family is a part of our church. His name is Sabian. Sabian is a champion in rollerblading.
Wow.
Now, you see the rollerblading competitions. If you ever see a young black kid doing it, it is probably Sabian. Travels all over the world.
Wow.
I mean, when I say all over the world, I mean he's like almost never at home because they're traveling all over. So you don't think about, again, the things that we think are just for fun. There are opportunities all over for those. Now, talking about endorsements, can you imagine the endorsements that Coco is going to get?
Oh, Coco about to be loaded. I mean, like any organization that is trying to appeal to children are about to hit
every cereal. She's going to be all over the cereal boxes.
Yes, she's going to be on everybody's box. I mean, like, Coco is about to blow up in endorsements. And I think it's a great platform to expose our kids to so much more. And we're naturally, most of our community is just naturally some kind of way athletic. And so it's kind of expected. It's just that we have so many other methods that we could be doing something that people don't recognize about us. But Coco's mom and dad, they already have a nice little restaurant. And so now, I mean,
in South Florida,
Delray.
We're going to have to go check out the restaurant,
Go check out the restaurant. Hopefully we can meet Coco. Because I really believe in her future. And what I really love most about all of it is how I see some of the ones who have trailblazed before her, how they're adopting her, how they're mentoring her.
They're proud of her.
And they should be.
They are proud of her.
They should be, because when I watched her play, I saw so much of Venus and Serena in her, her strength, her power. She's so fast on that court.
Looking at her,
amazing.
it's like looking at a little Serena, right? Yeah. And I will say this, that's the other thing. She was careful to make sure that she honored them, because in her mind, they are the trailblazers. They're the ones that really opened the door for her to be able to even walk onto this kind of stage. And so that's important too, is that we're able to look back and say thank you to people that have opened the door, because there are some sports that traditionally have been closed to us. Tiger Woods opened the door for African Americans in terms of golf. Before him, I don't remember one.
Yeah, because when you think about because a lot of times we just think about the skill set. We don't think about everything it takes to be what we're doing. So there's a lot of work behind it. And so Venus and Serena are able to tell her and mentor her through some of the roadblocks they went through, prepare her for some of the rooms she may have to walk into, to say that it's not just your skill, it's the totality of the package of who you are that helps make you that great athlete. And she seems to be very humble and She's real cute. I love.
It's gonna be hard to stay humble after this.
Well, New Balance
She
is all
gonna
over
have
her already.
the big head, the big head.
The money is coming in, and it's just amazing to see. But it gives a lot of hope to our younger girls and our communities as well about what is possible to take place, which shows anything we put our minds to, we can accomplish.
Yes. And so, kind of to sum it up, there's only so many slots for professional basketball, professional football, and so we really need to be looking at other opportunities and exposing our kids to something different.
Yeah.
No longer can we say, and I'm just going to say this, no longer can we say, oh, that's a white thing.
Right.
Because the door is open. And so we need to be exposing our kids to golf. We need to be exposing them to tennis and all of the different areas where they may be gifted and have the ability to excel.
Yeah, yeah. And not only that, I also want our communities to challenge themselves to look beyond the sport.
Right.
Because with every sport, there is management. And I always tell my son, say you never make it in the NBA. Somebody pays LeBron James. Somebody pays AD. Somebody pays Kevin Durant. Somebody pays, Ezekiel Elliott.
Right.
So if they can afford to pay them, because right now we're seeing some amazing contracts take place in basketball. But if I can afford to pay you $190 million,
how much money am I making? Right.
So let's stop selling ourselves short.
Exactly.
And let's go for the top.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's great. Well, that wraps it up for this segment, right?
Yes, sounds good.
Yeah. So what you want to say before we close?
I want to say, please like and share. Tell somebody else about us. And make sure that you're journeying over to our YouTube page, helping us reach our mark. We're going to get to that 500 mark, but right now we just need your assistance helping us get to 200. And again, tell everybody about the Derrick and Deborah show. Keep the names in correct order, Derrick and Deborah. Tell everybody about the Derrick and Deborah show, and please give us some recommendations on things you like to hear about that we can cover as well and come back and present to you.
That's all.
That's all?
That's all.
That's all, folks?
That's all, folks.
We'll
We'll see you next week.
See ya.